Hello and welcome everybody to the Crash Course promo video. My name is Dustin Coomer, also known as the Identity Architect, and I'm here with my lovely wife, Kristen Coomer. And we're here today to kind of talk to you a little bit about what we got coming up here next week, which is on, what is it? Is it May? Is it May?
Oh, it's June.
Oh, it's June already. Okay, so June 10th, 11th, and 12th at 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We're going to be doing a special one-time only AI training course because AI has helped us a lot when it comes to entrepreneurship, being a mom, being a dad. And we wanted to come on and kind of share just a quick little video about, why we wanted to do this and how much it's done for us in our lives.
Brainstorming can go from having no actual monetizing ideas to taking it to reality so quickly. And that's why we're seeing so much creation right now and so many people just popping up with their own versions so quick.
In every industry too. Music, architecture, video game design. I mean, you name it, AI is involved in it now.
But one area it really helped with me specifically is reducing overthinking. Everyone knows that I go back to my overthinking side too quickly.
That's an understatement.
And I have learned how to turn it off, but it's just too valuable to me in financial industry. So it's hard to get away from that when you're in your creative mode. And it's so easy for it to say, oh, don't worry about that. Here's these reasons why. And it gives you a ground to stand on and say, okay, I feel comfortable with that. Let's move on. It makes it so much easier to take action, to be consistent, to actually make decisions so much faster, which as a overthinker, highly overstated. Anyone that's an overthinker, you can understand that sometimes something can feel so overwhelming that this sounds ridiculous, but you could literally be thinking about it for months or years before you actually take action, which is ridiculous. But
it's very normal in this society.
When you're talking about investing a lot of money and you don't understand all the pieces, which is always why you're overthinking it. It's the lack of understanding. That's why AI really, really assists in the overthinking, is because it brings that understanding to clarity. Whatever you're not understanding, it can give you a ground to it, but you don't want to rely too much on that, because there are times, depending on what AI you're using, chat's not live in its complete research, so there could be times that the detail it's giving you isn't accurate, or using Gemini is actually really good for financial decisions, and Claude is really good for workflow decisions. Chat is really good for research, but when you're talking about, I need to have the most updated, sometimes you do have to go over to Gemini, get some information, and bring it over to Claude.
So there's not just one AI out there. It's it's not a generalized AI. Like, there is something called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, which is what they call it, the singularity. When AI becomes smarter than humans, that's the singularity. That's the merge that everybody's anticipating, and it's moving a lot faster than anyone's ever anticipated before. It's actually quantum leaped from 2000. AI really was the dawn of AI. I'm actually about to talk about that in the course.
Yeah.
It's crazy where AI actually started. It started in different industries and combined with one man.
Yeah.
I don't think you even know that. So we're going to talk about that on the actual course. But yeah, your AI's history and evolution, I mean, it's the biggest technical advancement since the internet.
Yeah.
It has changed everything. It's also lost a lot of jobs.
It has. But I swear, I keep telling people this, and I honestly, I wish I would have taken my own advice, because even back whenever we had Luna, I started taking some coding courses because I was thinking AI's coming. Accounting will get hit first. It's
It already
financial.
has.
It's, yeah, 100%. And I was thinking, oh, well, if at a higher level, I can't be replaced so easily. No, that's still everything that you're doing, even at a high level,
Mhm.
is still replaceable by accountability software, by being able to record what people are doing and seeing what they're I practically micromanaging them through software, which honestly is business decisions, and see if there's people that are putting time in areas that they really shouldn't be putting so much time in. But it never occurred to me how easily it could replace you. But then again, I'm still a firm believer that we're going to end up adapting to smaller work schedules like they are in Europe,
I don't think
and
we're gonna have to work at
staying
all.
like and it's just going to be part of the salary. Like we're going to still be getting paid decent because we're going to be working on what we specialize in and getting paid more per hour, but working a part-time job, and that's just normal because it's not so needed for everybody to be putting in 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours in accounting. You were like, it's not uncommon to be putting in 50 to 60 hours, and it's supposed to be like certain times of the year, but it's regular. But I feel like if we use it right, we could actually, I mean, one of the things that it helped me on massively is better work and life balance. It's like there's no such thing as balance. And I'm actually starting to understand it now. And it's because I needed all of these things to help me get from overthinking, to help me keep up with my accountability, to help me with just small notifications of, oh, take a quick break and work on this in your home. And being able to balance everything going on in the home for the family, for your business, for my business, making sure that I'm meeting the needs of my clients. And that becomes overwhelming when you have so many things you're working on, but it becomes very, very possible when you're using an AI assistant to help you keep up with those things.
Right. And knowing what assistant or what type of AI to use when you need it. It's like, having a toolbox, but not knowing how to use it or when to use each tool
Yeah.
or what to use each tool on. So how do you think, AI helps analytical people? Because you're crazy analytical and literal.
Oh, yes.
So when it comes to, what we're going to be teaching in this course and, what I've shared with you, what are your opinions on that?
Well, the organization, definitely. The faster decision making, the structure, like when you're working with a mentor, especially, a lot of people can't afford to have a mentor that they pay for every day. I mean, it's just like when you're going to a psychologist. You can't afford to go to a psychologist every day.
Mm.
But when you have like when you have a foundation you're already working on, a structure you've already been given, this is going to be the game plan you're working on, which isn't completely easy to like, you can't really do that with AI. You really need to have somebody that knows what they're talking about, because that's where I was saying it's not really up to date on all of its research to really
That's
know
about a
how
year
to.
behind.
I mean, you can help it to get a base foundation, but you really need to go to somebody that really knows what you're wanting to do, knows how to do it, has that success, um, to get that foundation. But it's really, really good for helping you stay accountable to that foundation, helping you stay grounded to it, keeping the clutter and the distraction out to just constantly remind you, hold on, you're doing it again. Let's get back on track. And so it helps you to stay on the tasks that you're working on, especially with your mentor, um, to know these are the things that I'm doing. And honestly, crazy thing is, um, as an analytical person, you really, really value data, especially anybody that has like a financial background, an engineering background, a anything where you're used to, like in your career, you were used to collecting data so that that's your base of your function. Well, you can be you can use it as a way to keep up with your data as well, so that you're not having to even analyze it to update your spreadsheets and stuff like that. Um, so that, even whenever I was actually using it for working out,
Mm.
and I would put in my daily results, what I did that day, what I ate that day. So it was almost like it was doing my calorie counting for me. And it's collected that data to where I could actually write a book based on my results because it's already collected everything for me. So just like when you're working with a mentor, it's collecting everything for you, and you don't have to say, hey, what went wrong this week? What did I do right this week? What can I carry over? You can actually gather that summary and bring it to your mentor and say, this is what happened. I don't know how things fell apart, but this is what happened. What could I do to actually make this better?
So it's great for tracking your progress, basically.
100%. Yeah.
Cool. Well, one thing that, we've talked about a lot, and we talked about it a little bit earlier too, is how important it is to keep the human imagination intact.
Mm.
So what are like your opinions on, we're going to be teaching you how to do this, of course, in the course next week. But at the same time, what's your personal opinion on that topic?
Um, it's really, really easy to rely on AI for a lot of people use it for content creation, marketing, being able to pump out the leg of their business that keeps them in front of people. And but what you see is a bunch of redundant information because it's pulling from the same area.
Same databases.
Yeah. And and so what's happening is you're getting more content out there, so you're getting in front of more people, but you're actually losing some of your old followers because they see that your authenticity is lacking.
Mm.
They see that you're starting to look like you're copying other people when really it's not that you're copying, it's that AI is actually not keeping it to your preferences, to your specific creativity, to your specific style.
That's because people put everything into their faith with this thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to
They
where,
don't.
like I said, we were talking about earlier, where imagination goes out the window, creativity goes out the window. Like I said, it's an enhancement of you. So it's important that you're clear on your vision.
Yeah.
Because if you know and you're clear on your vision, and AI can help you get clear on your vision for sure. But if it doesn't know you properly,
Yeah.
it can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't read emotion. It can't look inside your mind and know everything.
Yeah.
It can't read minds. You can share pieces of your mind with it to understand you, but if you do it in the right way, it will understand you enough to operate the way you need it to instead of taking over completely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just like if you've ever taken Dustin's communication courses in the past, um, he always harped on how important it is to ask the right questions.
Mm.
And that's honestly the same with AI. It's um the benefit of Chat GTP versus Claude and Gemini is it has this chat function of going back and forth instead of just saying, this is what I want you to do.
But
Um,
some are better than others though at the communication process, and you have to know which one is better based on what you need.
yeah, yeah. And being able to understand that the questions you ask are very important. And the way you ask them can determine if it's going to give you the correct results.
Mm.
Because if you don't put enough specifics into it, or if it's just a base level, very generic question of like, how do I do this? Um, it's not going to understand exactly how you want it to do,
Mm.
like exactly what you want it to look like, how you want it to sound, how you want to come, like if you're working with it on your communication, it won't understand the way that you want to sound like. You can use it to help you with the communication you're already doing, but you can also use it to help you get better as long as you do it in the right way and ask the right questions.
Mm,
And unfortunately, without that, it I know in the very beginning I tried to use it to help me with getting clients and putting in workflow to for reach out. And I know I had quite a few people that were like, "Oh, I didn't respond because it sounded like AI." And it
mm.
was because it was using the same words for me that it was for a lot of other people. And I thought that because of me being from the corporate world, because of me having a little bit more of a formal communication, that it sounded more like me, but it sounded like a robot.
Yeah.
It,
So it's important to be authentic.
yeah, you really have to understand yourself, which is something that we're going through in this course. That's like as we go through what's going to be in this course, it's very different from any other AI course because it's not just about understanding how to use the AI. It's about how to use it in a way that will truly reflect you and be consistent every time.
And put guidelines and guardrails and standards in place.
Yeah.
So you're protected on top of that.
Yeah.
Because if you use AI the right way, the way it's supposed to be used, an extension of you, make a lot of money. Make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the honest God truth. And there's people right now that don't know they're bum from a hole in the ground that are using AI right now and they're making thousands.
Yeah.
It's a tool that I can't harp on enough. Learn to use it.